Do you want me to go again?
Mikaela is for the third time because I keep forgetting to hit record on all the devices we've got.
No, I'm not doing it again. That's ridiculous.
Peter Piper picked the peck. No.
Oh my God. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, how many peppers did Peter Piper pick?
That's a great question, and it's one that we'll throw out to you on Instagram land. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Good afternoon. Good evening. It is Grab the Trace. We are back from Tasmania. We are back from holidays. Mm-hmm. We are back from mid-year break. Mm-hmm. Mid to like second, third of the year break.
It's my birthday month.
That's it. It's the birthday month. We're in August.
It's Leo vibes. They're strong.
Leo vibes. We're definitely not in a position where we're recording and I have 36 hours to edit and upload the episode. That's not us. We would be very well planned around that, obviously. How are you this week?
I'm very, very
looking very
good.
Rested, a very youthful
Thank you.
age that you're at now.
He said the word.
I didn't say what age though, but you're looking very youthful.
Thank you. Birthday month.
Multiple years younger than that.
Thank you. Thank you. We wouldn't say that we're in the big threes
or
anything.
No.
But
listen, I'll be joining the big threes as I pull my thing out. And it doesn't actually say what month it is. I think I've got like less than 6 months now. And then I'm in the big...
You poor thing.
3 zippities-o.
Poor thing.
You poor thing. Listen, the moisturiser and the skincare routines are really going to belie that.
SPF?
I still get carded when I go to BWS, by the way.
It's all because I recommended the SPF.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Is that my boyish charm? And my youthful, like even the mustache
glow.
and stuff, it's not working for me. People just look straight through it.
And they're like, come on, mate, card.
All right, maybe you're 16.
Okay,
maybe.
Oh, yeah, it's pushing it.
All right. So it's good to see that you're good. I'm pretty good.
Yeah, how was your week?
Listen, the week that's just been was pretty good. Mm-hmm. It was the Echo holiday. For all our Brisbane-based listener, viewers, fans, supporters. Supporters. So we had the public holiday, which is where you kind of ended your trip over
in Tassie.
The Taz.
Yep.
And this week is my last week at HAL coming up.
I know. So countdown on. We have 2 weeks until you begin with us.
Yeah, I mean,
so excited.
That is all pending on how good my week between jobs goes, because I'm going to try and become a professional golfer in that week. So if I get like really, really good, like I might have to go and join the tour.
Obviously.
So
that's okay. We'll work around it.
I'll work remotely.
Maybe
from
we
the
can do like Grab the Trace on, all of your golf gear. And
yeah, 100%. We'll have beige kind of like.
All the PGA tours. We just grab the trace.
It'll be so good.
Grab the
trace.
Got it. Love it.
I can't wait. But I've had a pretty good week.
Yeah.
We've made a promise that we're going to get into some pretty fun episodes coming up.
Yeah.
We're going back to our Inspiration Grams after listening to us for just shy of 3 hours talk about ourselves and stuff. The Instagram, I have noticed the Instagram tiles
are a lot of us.
It's a lot of white photos of us, like white backgrounds, like beige writing photos of us. So
it's a bit of a vibe.
We're going to pepper the feed with a few stunning images.
Oh.
And what better way to start than we've got a workroom design, or is it just workroom they're called?
I was called by Workroom.
By Workroom. Yeah. So we've got a beautiful project.
Stunning. I found this like a few weeks ago, didn't I?
You did.
And I was like, let's put it in the bank.
This has just been saved in my emails, just waiting. Bank.
When it came across, I was like, oh my God. Oh, look at this. And it's just keeps getting better.
It does. So everybody, through the magic of editing, and I 100% promise I will remember to do that this time. Now we can see. I'll do it off your one instead of mine. We're now looking at this project. So this is the Rockley Residence by Workroom. And we're on the local project, and we couldn't be in a better place for this.
Stunning.
Local project, if you're looking for like inspiration outside of us, because obviously you can only have so much of us. What websites do we usually use? Like
local project, Established Living.
Established Living's huge. Like amazing. I peruse the Architecture AU kind of field a fair bit, but usually that ends up being linked back to one of these websites. The local project is a really good starting place.
And honestly, I know it's like promoting myself. It's not that. It's like Pinterest, like my Pinterest page. Yep. I always end up like finding amazing projects through my Pinterest, pinning them.
Yep.
So if you want to have a quick little
Mikaela's like a
beak.
micro like influencer on Pinterest? Like, how many people have you got following you? Or like how many?
I don't even know.
You got a fair few. I remember you showing me how many like times people had pinned your stuff or something, or how many times people visit your profile in a month. It's just nothing. If only we could get the same numbers on the Instagram, but we're growing. We're growing.
It's fine.
So we're going to kind of do a bit of a truncated viewing of this project, if that makes sense to everybody, because we want to keep this episode short, sharp, fun, a little bit interesting, and let the design do the talking, really, because we're in the visual format now, in a visual medium.
It's so beautiful.
It really is.
I just
like,
can't.
Let's just begin.
All
like,
right.
we've got what I will describe as, because have we done another workroom design?
We have.
And
They're
so
right
I
up
think
there.
from memory, it had very similar, like, I'm looking at this kitchen, which is in this first image, like dark and stormy vibes.
Yeah, I'd say they have a distinct style, but honestly, out of a lot of the architecture and interior design firms that we look at, like MIM Design, Madeline Blanchfield, BE Architecture, even, I'm just trying to think, like Biosol, like they have a very distinct style where I find Workroom, it does diversify quite a bit with their clients. And I feel like they do, I guess, work with their clients a lot and have different briefs. And it's very clear. Like this looks extremely different to the other kitchen.
You know what I've just realised? We forgot to do the introduction for the episode as well.
We did.
So let's just bang that one in now.
Okay.
See you soon. Welcome to Grab the Trace, a home design podcast here to help you deliver your next project to its full potential. If you're looking for some tips and secrets whilst building a new home, renovating, or even just picking some window furnishings, stick around, pull up your plans, and let's grab the trace. Okay, good. Just wanted to see what happened if we didn't do anything. So as we said, we're already in the project. Kitchen, they're kind of, I guess as you were saying, or to lean off, they're kind of maybe a little more versatile in terms of the outcomes that they kind of can produce.
Yeah.
Or have produced, sorry.
Yeah. I think they accommodate the client's wishes and brief. And you can really tell from project to project that there is a very different style per project.
Just kicking it off, like looking at this.
I'm already going to froth. So
we've got curved bulkheads over our kitchen
in a plastered finish. I think that's what makes it. It honestly, this whole space, there's so much plaster walls and ceilings and bulkheads, and I am here for it. You know, I love a bit of texture.
Yeah, well, let's break it down into the main elements. So we've got that plastered kind of finish.
Yep.
We've got the timber cabinetry, which is similar-ish to the timber flooring.
Yeah, it's actually pretty bang on.
We've got stone, like this beautiful, is it natural stone, I'm assuming?
So I'm just going to get a little
Do you want me to zoom in?
Screen.
What are we feeling?
I'm going to go a limestone as well.
A limestone?
Yeah.
And then we've got this, I thought it was like a black timber cabinetry, but it almost looks more like a black steel.
Yeah, I think it's
something
metal.
similar to that. So, I mean, let's click through some more images.
Oh, yeah, it's the same as the fireplace.
Of the fireplace. Like, look at this.
Stop.
What an insane way to like...
Oh, I love, obviously, like the plinth. That's stunning. But that stone, like, upturn.
Yeah.
Oh.
My goodness.
So nice. And I think when you actually flick through the images, it's like the connection to the kitchen.
Oh, it does.
It's at the same height.
You're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not too bad for like a little living area, like console as well.
Oh, you'd think once they actually put like a TV on, like a TV is definitely going on there.
Yeah.
But they've proportioned it really well. So you can see that like there's ample space for a big TV, the textured walls matching that like metal sheeting around the fireplace, the stone carrying it on from the kitchen at the same height as the bench top, that plinth, it looks to be in a concrete, which is actually, I'm going to say like the same texture and tone of like the plastered walls.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's definitely concrete.
Like, yeah.
And then they've done the shadow line detail. I actually love that they've done that upturn off the wall and left that gap. And you know me, I hate like, dust collector, that's stupid. But I'm here for it because I think it actually shows off the plastered walls.
But even the design of this where it kind of comes out at a right angle return, you've got that just on the edge of this fireplace as well. Like it just...
Frames.
Like a little frame box section. It's just stunning.
It's really beautiful.
everyone at home is like, oh, this is why we don't like the inspiration grams anymore.
like-
The word of the week is stunning on Sesame Street. Stunning.
Stunning. Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry. I can't help it. It is stunning.
But like, look at it.
Oh.
And we've got the timber joinery
Yeah,
like
this looks to be
rolling
like the
through. This
walk-in
has got to
wardrobe.
be something. Oh, this is an ad. Through the power of editing, I can just like cut and chop that. But why? Let's just keep it
okay.
going. I mean,
People love to
who
see
is the
ads.
ad for? It's for the local project. We can't shortchange them. So
Love the
it
textured
looks
wall.
like we've got a bit of a skylight moment
I
going
don't
on
know.
here as well.
I'm going to assume 100% it looks like a skyline,
Yeah.
but like that could be artificially lit. Like you could achieve that.
Holy guacamole.
Told you.
But, like,
the pressed metal, the
The
same
little
stone.
shadow line with the island
Yep.
fascia.
Yep.
Like everybody
The
at
stone
home.
benchtop cutting through all
Like,
the joinery.
Look at this. That is
Actually-
disgustingly good.
I don't know if that's a limestone. Might even be like a quartzite or something.
Like the way I would, it looks very
It's like chunky, not
yeah.
veiny.
Like it's almost
Like
like if you
terrazzo,
like took a
like,
photo of
yeah.
like an aggregate driveway
Yeah.
and like blew it up.
Yeah.
And you've got like the
That's what I
individual
mean.
like little pittings to it.
Yeah.
And then look, you've
Very
got a detail
pretty.
you love,
Yep.
which is carrying that stone through into the appliance cupboards, I'm assuming.
So nice. The border frame around all.
Even-
I love the stone clad overhead. Stop it.
It's so moody.
Yep.
And
It's
then
it's the plastered walls. It's the texture and that soft chalky finish
Yep.
to all the surrounding walls and bulkhead that just.
I'm actually in love with the bar light as well. It looks like a
Same.
brass. Like a
It
real.
looks like a bronze. Almost.
Yeah.
Like.
Sorry, that's the better color,
Oh,
bronze. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right. I'm still learning.
You know what I don't like?
Okay. The stools.
Yes.
Yeah, they're very bleached, aren't they?
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's not just me. I would love like a. I don't even know. I'd actually like a timber stool, like in that smoky kind of color as well. Or,
Yeah.
Or
Well,
even just like black to like go with the metal.
And we're clutching at straws when it's the styling
furniture.
or whatever, it's the furnishing, which is like 100% just personal.
I'm back.
Bless you, everybody.
Thank you. My
That's all
soul
right.
has returned.
Listen, in future, what I should do as a good co-host is I should just keep. No, I guess I can't keep talking in case you sneeze because then that'd be tough with the audio. But I should just keep going.
Oh, okay.
I don't need you. I don't need
Talk
you
on
when you
over.
sneeze.
Just talk on over, my devil.
So that way I can be like, excuse me,
Do you mind?
I was talking,
Honestly,
interrupting, not
over
good.
the top of me.
Let's keep rolling. So we've got
Love.
some more angles of this.
They've actually done so well with the timber joinery and the timber floors. Stunning. It's that smoky oak.
Yeah.
Look at the grain. Oh my gosh.
The grain.
It's timber veneer.
Got finger pull, no handles on these
Clean.
drawers.
Look at the benchtop detail in the island. Look at the
Like,
shadow line.
Seriously. And that's the same. I mean, we're out of frame here, but that's the same shadow. And like these are things that are actually you could achieve at home, which would
Yeah.
actually be cheaper than them having to do a mitered join or whatever with a waterfall edge. Is you kind of build it in as a feature, no?
Kind of. It's obviously that's like I'd say that's minimum
Actually,
50
you know what?
to
I'm
like
an
an
idiot,
80 mil
'cause
apron
they would
front.
still have
They
to
still have to apron front that.
Yeah, they still have to miter that. But
Yeah.
this detail,
Oh,
yeah,
okay. If you did it with like a 20 mil bench top, then did a shadow line,
yeah.
cheap.
But maybe that doesn't
beautiful.
give you the same impact as like a 50, 80 mil.
I think if you're cladding your entire island in stone, I think the impact is there.
Yeah, but like in terms of, I think that one of the reasons this works so well is that you do get that idea of like how thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I'm all here.
And it
for
connects
an
through to the
impressive-
backbench.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what?
It's all
That's
higher.
higher.
We might have some
We
tall.
might be about to rotate. Jeez, I'm about to pass out. I was watching a TikTok earlier this week and this guy was like talking and he was like doing like a
crazy.
little routine and he said something that was just a throwaway line for him, but I related so heavily to it. He said, yeah, and then sometimes I just get so excited I black out. And like I'm looking at this stair detail right now and I'm like,
Stunning.
holy crap. Like that is, imagine, I'm just trying to picture like all the big moments. If this was in your family home, like where this would come into play. Like imagine your kids coming down in their like formal get up or whatever and getting photos.
Stop. This is why
It's like
you
a
black
James-
out because you just play your whole life
It's
in
like
this
a
house.
James Bond moment. It's like walking
beautiful.
down. It's like you got the little earpiece and you're like, go for Lachlan. Like,
Go for
this
Lachlan
is so
now,
good.
now. You know, the only thing I really it's hurting my soul.
Is it the like Venetians
Yeah.
in front of the window?
Yes.
And then this
How
like
do you know that?
turkey looking thing outside?
Yeah, sculpture.
You know, it looks like, this is so offensive.
It's
That's probably
Venetians.
beautiful. But like this sculpture outside, you know, in America, how they like have the arts and crafts for like the kids around Thanksgiving and they do like the paper plate
Hand
turkey.
print, yeah. Yeah.
That's
It's
what
not
I
for
think.
me.
I'm not good at art, but
To me, it's honestly the Venetian blinds. It kills it.
Yeah,
I hate Venetian blinds.
it kind of feels like security shutters. It's like a little bit commercial for me.
To me, I grew up in a house in Wagga and like the cheap, nasty Venetian blinds and the like metal one, like
Oh, yeah, it's like a little blade and like it
Yeah.
crinkles whenever you like go to
and you
yeah.
like
It's not not
it just
for
gives
me.
me flashbacks. That's the only reason why I personally hate
Yep.
them so much because it's like
Oh, another ad.
love.
All right, so at the top of that set of stairs, so we've got some beautiful things here. We've got an arched hallway. We've got curved plastered balustrade.
Solid and I love a solid balustrade. Like,
This is
love solid balustrades.
disgustingly good to me.
It's stunning.
I'm obsessed with this. This will be our air conditioning. And so what that's
Mm-hmm.
doing is, because it's so close to the glazing, is it's throwing the air straight down over the face of that. So that is way more efficient from a
than- yeah.
heating and cooling point of view, because you're kind of eliminating the heat transfer. You know, this is going to maybe be a little bit of a stretch, but there's a thing called an air curtain, which is when you walk into so like say you're at the markets or whatever, and people have like shipping containers or whatever, and it's air conditioned in the shipping container. What they do is they have these things called air curtains, which is like an air conditioner, like the one behind me.
Yeah.
But it's just pointed straight down and it shoots a constant stream of air down, which almost acts like shutting a physical door in terms of keeping the hot air out and the cool air in.
Oh wow.
It's pretty sick.
Acts
And that's
similar.
the exact same kind of idea here, is you're cooling down the glazing, which then means that it's not transferring the heat
where the
or
heat
the
is
cool
transferring.
in.
Oh, clever.
It's beautiful. I love this.
Can we talk about not only the arched plastered opening, but the matching door that is not only arched, stunning, but it's in that smoked oak timber.
And you know what? I think that door's actually squared. But because
it's an arched opening. We've talked about
something
this.
I did see. I got an ad on Instagram the other day for a company that makes actual arched doors, like for internal doors. So if you were to buy a standard 2.1 meter high or 2040 high by 820 internal semi-solid core door,
But you need to buy solid if you want to arch
well, so
it.
here's the example. So semi-solid core 2040 by 820 is $35 from Bunnings.
Yep.
Then add maybe another $20-$30 for like doing the frame and all that kind of stuff. This website was selling an arched door in that same thing, sell semi-hollow core, but then they build the frame around it, $395. But you don't have to go and customize it. If you want it, 2340, the next height up, I think it was like $600, where you could do this, which is way cheaper, just use a standard door.
Yep. But an arched opening. It
And
just
it gives
means
you the
that
illusion.
it just means that inside the room it'll be a rectangular door.
But that's fine, because
Is it?
inside, well, think of it this way. Imagine if it's just an extra bedroom or something. You're getting all the impact where this sounds like totally narcissistic,
your
but where
hallway.
all your guests and all the people are like, oh my goodness, they are rich. This is insane.
Oh, they are rich.
And
They've
then
got
you're
arched
like, don't worry,
doors.
that's just the kids' playroom. It doesn't matter what it looks like inside. But from the outside, like, this is nuts.
I just don't know how much that would irk me. Going inside the room
Having the illusion ruined.
and then, yeah.
Well, I guess the solution is we just do cavity slider.
Or
Well, could you do
Yeah.
a cavity slider
Cavity
and then
sliders,
do that
yeah.
exact same treatment
Arched
on the
opening.
inside?
you could do a cavity slider within an arched opening and you would never see that it's a rectangular door. Like, that's fine. It's just a hinged door, obviously.
Yeah. You end up being like, I can't get into this room anymore, but it looks beautiful. Stunning.
Unless you buy solid, because how expensive is solid doors?
Not
Not semi-hollow.
I think it's about 3 times cost.
Okay.
But saying solid core doesn't mean that it's like, it just means that they put all that wood chippy stuff in it.
But you can still cut it, carve it.
Well, here's the thing.
Could
No. So you need to be going like proper solid timber doors if you want to do that. And then that's like another
add more expense onto that.
Actually, having said that though, like if you were to go a solid timber door, like I don't think it'd be that much more than the solid core. Like it might be an extra, say we're saying a solid core door is $100. Like if you went a proper timber door, it's maybe $200.
But then you look $35 to $200.
Yeah, but then
and
you
then
can go and like custom route it if you want to do like even a half arch or whatever. Like which is now something I'm saying in my mind. I'm like, maybe I try that. Maybe I try that somewhere.
And then you get over it and you're like, I'll do the other half.
Yeah. Now we were talking earlier about window furnishings. I think this is a little more successful.
Yep.
These are stunning.
They are.
Like,
Beautiful.
The way
Beautiful
that it's paired.
shears.
Like, and also here, this finger pull
the finger-
detail. Oh boy.
In that same I love how simplified this palette is. Like throughout the entire house, every single room has a very simplified palette.
Agreed.
Same materials used everywhere. And to me, that's everyone goes, oh, yuck, cookie cutter house. But
Why it's consistent. It's a theme. But like even here, like little track recess for your shears, like the detail level is there.
Stunning.
This is almost like that New York one we did with the boucle bedhead, but I actually quite like this.
Same.
That's a full custom piece and we've still got the timber joinery behind tying it in.
Adds warmth. Oh, stop.
Interesting. Now we haven't covered many that have the actual step up into the shower
like a
area.
hob? Yeah. Which, look, I don't hate it.
And so I wonder if it's one of two things.
I don't know.
One, is it a reno and it's an existing thing they can't impinge on the ceiling height of the level below?
I would say
or
so.
is this how they, in a new build, how they worked around getting that kind of an effect? Everyone might have just heard that. She's okay. She didn't paralyze herself. That's a little bit of ASMR for the boys at home. Oh, that was pretty good.
Oh.
I think this is actually a really clever way of getting away with your ceiling heights and everything downstairs.
Yeah.
In terms of like, we've got to offset the plumbing somewhere and running it that way.
I think they've done it purposefully. Like I hate little like 50 mil hob.
Yeah.
Where this is like a full step up and it's like, oh, the shower experience. Like it looks bougie. I'm just thinking maybe I've just been in like the multi-res game for too long. In the sense of like older demographic, and I'm like, adding a step. It all needs to be seamless.
It's a
like
healthy step too.
Like people can fall, but like if they've clearly got a 2-story house with a set of stairs, like one more stair.
Can I just raise this?
Yes.
This is insanity.
Glass
like the glass getting that to fit, and like the mitered, but even like the mitered edge on this, that looks so clean.
It does.
I
the
love
craftsmanship. It's not like the design isn't crazy. Like I've seen that.
Yeah.
Design done a million times, but the execution.
Well, and if you zoom out far enough as well, like this actually just looks like a slab. It's not until you like kind of get in where you can see the tile lines and everything. It's
honestly stunning. My like go-to now. Oh, did I tell you I'm on this whole like rampage of like I want to build? I'm like,
rampage. I think
I'm like
the bug's back.
Yeah.
Now that you're at the stage where you're just about to finish the renos, we've just got that small bit in the front garden to do.
Oh, which I have some progress updates for you. Maybe
oh
not,
my goodness.
Maybe not.
Maybe
for
we'll cover it in the next episode. We can do a little chat about it.
Landscaping's really expensive, by the way.
It is. We actually got a quote for some landscaping at our house, and it is horrifically expensive.
I absolutely died because we were going to go crazy pave. Well, we are going to go crazy pave.
It's a bit.
It's so much money.
So much money, but it would be so nice
to lay it. So expensive, like 10 grand.
Would you do it?
That's what I was like, broccoli, and he was like, no.
But like for 10 grand, like you could really stuff it up a few times, and like. I mean, I know it's pretty expensive material. But then I wouldn't want to stuff it because it's an expensive material. Yeah, but like you've got 10 grand buffer. But then this comes down to the main thing we were talking about. It's time, and then the fact that they
Sorry, that's just to lay it. We have to have a slab as well.
Oh, you got to put a slab down.
So we have to do a slab.
Well, shit, so we can pour a slab.
With like stone cost to like supply on trade as well.
Yep.
Then to lay it, and then to obviously have the slab laid and prepped prior, we're looking at like 15 to 20 grand.
This I might be out of touch. That doesn't sound too unreasonable to me.
That's just for a very small section of crazy pave.
That's a great point. That's
literally just to put a fire pit on top of. Like, let's just realistically think about that.
It's maybe like imagine a driveway. It's maybe
That's
like
a
half the
bathroom.
size of half a driveway.
That's a bathroom. When I'm like, oh, off the top of my head, like a small
Oh,
bathroom.
that's a good point,
That's
actually.
20 grand. Like,
Yeah, that's a small to medium family size car. Damn.
for
Maybe I am out of touch with
Yeah, a little bit.
the modern
a little
people.
bit, a little bit. The modern people, no,
But
the
listen.
people who have budgets.
Listen, we're still hitting here. Skylight is stunning, runs the whole way across. We've got it seamless
Did
up
we
here,
notice?
the join here.
Is it plaster walls?
Yeah,
Are
same
we
thing.
plaster? Love that.
I just love it.
See,
And like,
now I'm waterproofing
mhm.
on
Yeah.
on the end of that shower. Is that a bit too close for you? It's a bit too
I
close for
think
me.
it is
That would
a
have
little
to
bit,
be
unless it's like almost
Tadalac.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm
Like-
thinking. It's almost like a proper external render system that
well,
you're
like
putting
what
in.
I've got in my bathroom.
Yeah, 100%.
Acceptable.
I hope we get to have a look at what's happening with this vanity, please.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this isn't the same vanity, but this is nice.
Right? Is it this
Yeah, because we're like that's like a
Oh,
little
yeah.
hot one, but this must be in the master.
Yeah.
And are we talking about for our like this looks at the blame,
Open shelves.
the blame,
The
the same
blame, yeah.
black steel
Yeah.
kind of
Framework. I
and the
love the actual
stone at the
introduction of the
back.
new stone.
Yeah, it's
I love
beautiful,
that.
isn't it?
That
It's
look-
almost
see, that looks
an
like an-
equivalent to that render on the wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
The plaster on the wall.
Honestly.
And we've got the same idea of like the little lip.
It's like a wash plane
It
design,
really
but like
is.
great bench space, great storage.
Big
I'm
tick for the
obsessed.
styling here with getting like that oatmeal-y kind
Yep.
of gown.
Robe.
Just
Stop. I told you. I told you.
so this is full steam room vibes. Where the other one was the open shower, we're going full height glazing.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't that look like James Bond-esque?
And for me, the only thing where you're like, oh, if you got to nitpick, the only thing is that master ensuite with the vanity and even the other bathroom, very dark. Like there's not,
Yeah, yeah.
I love a bathroom just bathed in light to do my makeup and everything. Like this would be the moodiest, most beautiful spa like ensuite.
This is
Like,
Airbnb heaven.
Oh, this heaven, like absolute heaven. But I'm just thinking like every day a woman doing or a man, anyone doing their makeup, like it's a little bit dark. It'd just have to be, everything would have to be really well artificially lit. But
Agreed.
can we talk about
I'm
the
seeing a couple of things here.
chamfered
We're talking about
shower?
chamfered stone. This handle I'm actually
Isn't it
obsessed
stunning?
with.
It's beautiful.
That it's not just like
A stock
a
standard,
rectangular
like,
profile. It's not just
bar.
a equal. Is it
Is it?
Is it black or is it
Is it stone?
a really dark bronze? What, the walls?
No, the handle.
No, I think it's just a black
It is
steel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, my.
Well, then that's what I'm trying to figure out. Is it black or is it just the darkest bronze I've ever seen?
Is that gunmetal?
It might be.
Is it
Because
gunmetal
it's
tapware?
It's
Oh my god, is that
it's a
my
little-
bath?
yeah, I think
It
it is actually. I
is.
think it is.
Oh, stop.
But like, look at how much of a difference the skylight makes in terms of the direct lighting on this. Like,
I stop. I can't. I actually look at the height. Like those showers, those twin showers, like
I'm
they're
so
so high off the ground. So imagine the height of that ceiling and the skylight. Like that's spectacular.
and even on this internal wall with the curve and straight through to this
Oh
master robe.
God.
Oh, this is almost like a little bit of a greener kind of.
Very like that oatmeal-y.
Yeah.
They've gone more the oatmeal or they've gone
I love the timber floors in the bedroom
Yeah,
as well. It's
stunning.
now, I've become a snob. In the next thing I do will be
snob.
timber floors in the
Same.
bedroom because you can just get a rug and you
Well,
can just customize.
I said same, but I do love carpet. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Like, look at this.
It's so nice.
Just look, everybody. And like, this lighting must have been designed, like, it's got to be designed in a way where this is just illuminating a feature externally or
Should
something.
we be explaining what we're what we're looking at? Because not everyone can be looking at the
Everybody,
images.
we're looking. Yeah, I mean, we are now.
Some
the
people
full
listen in the
video
car.
thing. People listening in the car. This is like, I'm assuming a secondary bedroom.
Yep, it is.
And we've got the same rendered finish on the wall is on
Yep.
the ceiling, which is the same in the kitchen.
I don't think there's any flat plasterboard.
No.
Is there anywhere?
I'm still yet to see it. Maybe inside the skylight. That's the only. Like, if we
I'm
go,
sure they would
let's
have plastered it.
backpedal. Hang on.
They would have plastered it.
That's
Yep.
not. If we go to the other skylight, like that looks a little bit flatter. Yeah.
No,
Or is that also? But see how
it's
like
just
you've
bathed
got,
in light.
Yeah.
Surely.
I mean, it's a good point. Why would you go? Why would you stop there?
Oh, but yeah, the bathroom ceiling. Even the next photo, you'd be able to see the ensuite. No,
Oh, no,
plastered.
that's still plastered.
Yep, sorry.
Far out.
Love
I love when you commit to an idea and you just keep pushing it. same stone in the for a secondary
detail.
bed head, a secondary bedroom.
Yep.
Sorry,
They have a stone bed head.
this is insanity.
Stone. That's natural stone. And they've done the same design as the fireplace mantle with the upstand.
I love it.
Like everything's the same height. Honestly, I can't. Weird glove.
Not into the baseball mitt, but I'm into the track lighting.
I'm
what I'm
into
assuming is
the
a bit of
wall
a feature.
cladding. I'm into the
Another
fireplace. I'm into the plastered wall detail.
Let's just backpedal here for a second.
Yeah.
So
is that a rug or floor?
that's a rug.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. What books do they have? Thames and Johnson Space for Living. This is
just a
this
shout out.
Fireplace thing is
The mantle.
and with like the little mirrored section, smoky mirror in this middle.
They can do no. I have literally loved and adored every single room. This, obviously, like the Mrs. office. I just can't. Let's talk about the glazing, the fluted glass.
So we've got what I'm assuming is either a sliding or a like a sliding glass door onto this little study.
It's a whole like petition.
And so it's set up with this almost like Manhattan-esque loft industrial style framing in terms of how it's broken up into different mullions and sections. And the very bottom one is this obscure fluted glass. Well, I don't even think it's obscure. I think it's just fluted glass. It's just the pattern creates the obscuring.
I like that.
This is beautiful.
It's so stunning.
And you know what? There's elements in this that really do remind me of the Studio McGee kind
100%.
of stuff.
And would you agree that this house in its entirety is quite a masculine design?
Yeah.
This is clearly a woman's office space. So even just by like styling it, they've done like a purple kind of chair. They've got like a floral artwork.
I think even the lighting itself.
Yep, they have a beautiful like pendant over the desk, which is quite feminine in brass. They have
I really like that pendant too.
Isn't it? I love the.
It's like a whole bunch of like little shelves, so you can direct them to be either up lights or down lights and side lights.
I love the floor lamp, stunning as well. Matches.
Oh my goodness! I've actually got some floor lamp shopping I want to do with you after this, so we'll keep tabs.
They've done a custom desk as like a D shape in the same stone, and then done this very beautiful feminine thin like steel leg that follows the curvature of that D-shaped tabletop. But then I think that glazing with the fluted glass, like all of these elements, like the desk, the furniture pieces, like they're all loose items, even the pendant. So that kind of came after the fact, but I love that they've done that fluted glass. To me, that's just a really feminine light detail in a very masculine house. But to me, that like, I look at that and I go, clearly that's a woman's office. And I love that. I love that even a masculine design can still accommodate.
The bones are there to accommodate
spaces.
it because it's you're exactly right. The bones here, like the way it's probably been presented in a way, and I guess the overarching structure of it is quite masculine. But if you change to make some little tweaks, like this flooring I'm obsessed with.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
And just
that smoked oak is beautiful. Even just how soft those shears are. That's quite romantic, quite feminine. Oh.
I'm a little bit triggered at their like scraping the floor, but that's okay.
I love that. I love it.
And we've got a floor register for heating as well.
Out of the timber, out of the oak.
Yeah, and like that's going to be a custom cut like floorboard to get that. All right, let's keep whipping. We've got an internal courtyard, everybody.
You'd love it.
Look out.
I was literally going through all these photos and I was like, oh my God, they're a bit for everyone.
Yeah, well, and then this is probably even a really good photo if I can get this thing to zoom. Like, look at that. That's insanity.
Yeah.
Like someone would have gotten that, measured it up, got a router out, like custom cut that, and then had to make sure that it lined up with the boards. That is
surely they would have done a CNC. A CNC machine.
You'd hope so. You'd hope so. Either that or whoever the carpenter is just off his off this planet. Like
probably. He probably
I'm
is
just
hand. Oh, I knew you'd like this. So this photo is a very zoomed in, detailed shot of the bottom. Oh, it looks like the landing actually. Landing of a stairwell. And then we've got this curvature of the solid internal balustrade. And then this first tread is literally custom cut and curved, wrapping around this curved balustrade. And holy moly, the expertise and the craftsmanship that would have taken.
Yeah.
I don't see a single bit of silicon. So just
literally, this is
cut once to perfection and slid perfectly up against.
I didn't even mind the bullnose detail on the stair as well.
Oh, I love that.
It's actually a bit refreshing coming from like Mitre City.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever.
I love a good thick, chunky, like apron front on a bench top and then like fine details everywhere else. And then the same thing. I love a good classic bullnose, big, heavy, chunky tread and then put that detailing into the balustrade or that finesse into the balustrade. I like a good solid stair. This is a bit intense.
Is this a powder room?
But I'm going to go with a powder room. Yeah. So it's the only room sorry, we've gone to a new image.
Yeah, sorry, everyone. I'm a little bit lost words. This is kind of, I would assume, to be like the Jackson Pollock of stones. Like this looks like an absolute murder scene.
That is actually, it looks like
you've just been
York
like vein.
It looks like a New York marble.
It's stunning though. I mean, geez.
So it's got like a white base. So sorry, we've gone to a new image. We've walked into what looks to be like a powder room.
Yeah.
We're kind of standing in the doorway of those beautiful solid smoke oaked timber doors. We've opened it up. It looks to be probably that arch door. And then we've got a matching arched window. That is all black framed. I'm assuming, do we have fluted glass in it? Because that would be extra nice. But I think it's just frosted.
No, it is. I think that very top one, that looks like that's fluted.
Oh, yeah. So we've got a fluted, arched, full height window that matches the full height arch door. And then we are hit with this powder room that is like full height from floor to ceiling, natural stone clad with a mirrored splash. And oh my gosh, the stone choice. This is the one room, I would say, across the whole house that they've used this stone. Everything else is like that same palette. So that's why I think it's a powder room. But it's like this New York marble, as you were saying. The Jackson Pollock was like the perfect description of it.
There's still a little bit of warmth in it. Like down in this bottom corner.
Yep. It's got some very subtle gold kind of warm flecks, but it's a kind of white base stone with I'd say a pretty charcoal to dark grey vein throughout.
Same wash plane design for the vanity as well.
So
one thing I've noticed here I want to make a note of. So all the windows in this house are double hung in terms of the operable ones.
Are they?
I've noticed that.
Oh.
But what they've done right is there is these small bits of like fixed glass almost to actually operate it, so you don't have to put your dirty old mitts on it and like push it up. There's an actual like little toggle, I guess I'll call it, to do that.
Can I be 100% honest?
Shoot.
Double hung windows are my most hated window type.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, I'm with you.
Okay.
I would like to say that this deserves a commendation.
But
that's how you do them if you are going to do them.
Yeah.
Because you don't need to like reef the whole window up. You just need
I can see
a little bit at the bottom, a little bit at the top, and you get that circular airflow.
To me, it's just the most impractical window, but practical in the sense of you don't have any, you can just do single.
Yes.
Like for sliding, you need somewhere for that window to slide to. So you need the width. Otherwise, it gets this like dicky little opening.
And you can also get thinner framed for the actual like window portions as well. So that ties in. I almost liken this to the same kind of feeling we got in that study with the sliding door.
Yep.
Like very similar.
Very beautiful.
All right. So this is that skylight we think we saw right at the beginning. We're looking at the exterior courtyard.
Can we talk about the radiator?
Yeah, I don't mind this one actually. Like it's just there.
I was about to say, they plastered it. No, they didn't.
It's fine. I just see it as a bit of fixed furniture. I mean,
I'm ignoring it.
It would be nice if you could maybe clad it in stone, do something like that, but then maybe that doesn't work from the heating point of view.
In this modern day and age, why is there radiators? They have clearly ducted.
Yeah, I would say it's an efficiency thing. In terms of, I would say the radiators are still really efficient in terms of how they heat and cool a space. Yeah, because all you're doing is just pumping hot water through. So it's a cyclical thing. It's only really just keeping the boiler on like you would for a hot water system.
Okay.
We've got a bit of a downturn here as well.
Yeah, love that.
Like it's just all a bit nice because then it really does hide the line of that skylight from the dining area.
Look at the finger pull.
Everybody, we're in a cellar now. Custom wine cellar. We've got the stone. We've got the timber joinery.
Yep.
What looks to be What
It's a finger pull, but the
Is it a
flush
metal
plate-
screen?
Yeah.
We've got a metal screen
Like a mesh.
holding these
It's a metal
bottles
mesh.
in.
So they're doors.
I'm obsessed with
Yeah.
this.
Love it.
Uh,
Love it. Love it. We kind of, okay,
Let's just move on.
Do we try and explain it? It's like down a big long corridor.
Yeah.
There's this beautiful built-in wine storage down the corridor. Instead of like a recessed finger pull out of the same joinery, they've actually done it. The finger pull shadow line out of the stone, and then all the timber framing in the cabinetry, and then the mesh metal inserts in the panels of the door.
I love this. I've
It's
also
stunning.
just seen my first like proper GPO for the whole project as well. And it's like they've just used, I'm assuming that's almost similar to what you've got with the low profile Hager stuff.
Very streamlined.
Just stunning. And that almost looks like a plastered panel, like a hidden door. So that could be a little surprise for later. Yeah, under stair storage probably.
Oh, did you see like bottom right corner? They've done the same detail with the stair tread.
Yeah, it's just, it's a bit nice. Also as well, like I think instead of bringing the line, I'm drawing physically here on the computer, instead of bringing the line of the wall down here to then tie in, I don't mind the little bit of extra space.
I do too. It's just accommodating. I would actually love, I know they've got a very small little artwork on, I wish that was actually quite a large artwork and then like feature lighting, and it was like that it kind of would give purpose to that recess. If you had this big, beautiful artwork taking it up, this like gallery kind of style lighting on it, it would be like, oh, wow,
it's a pretty
like,
generously
made
wide hallway as well. Like you could almost although you'd probably want something.
Cellar.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's almost like you could intentionally build in like a little seat or like 2 stools and a table or something just to do your little tastings down there. But I'm assuming there's probably a tasting room.
Probably.
I mean, they've gone to the
look
nth
at the
degree.
house.
Landscaping externally.
This is that window, obviously, from the dining room, but now we're looking back into the dining room. But I'm loving like the climbing fig. I love all the topiary. It looks like a Japanese maple. I'm
just going to go with you. I agree. I love the word topiary. Topiary?
Topiary.
Love
where they
that.
just
the little bowl.
Cut
thing.
any plant into a bowl or shape.
I think this is stunning.
Love it.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, stop. All right, so we've got an outdoor barbecue area. We're in a new image. We're looking at our outdoor area. Skylight even to the outdoor area.
Obviously.
We've got trellises. We've got
the plaster wall detail everywhere still. We've got that same timber tone, like the same smoky brown timber tone used in the joinery, used in the fencing. Then we've got like what seems to be like a metal framework that then they've obviously had these beautiful vines climb up.
Yeah.
So it's like a backdrop to the barbecue area. Honestly, it looks
I think
stunning.
this is even a concrete slab because they've got a drip edge in it as well, which stops the water from kind of coming down.
They have a skylight in their outdoor al fresco area. Can we all?
It's such a good idea. Like,
it's so beautiful.
What a great way to because it benefits the outdoor area, benefits the indoor areas.
Beyond. Now, see if you agree with me.
Oh, that was a little giggle.
See if you agree with me.
Go.
Obviously, when this was like first built, when they first installed everything, they first did the planting. Do you think that metal structure above the barbecue would have looked like a really weird clothes line?
Yeah, actually.
Okay, great.
I agree with you. It looks like the wall-mounted Hills hoist kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and they've just like popped it open for the day. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
That's pretty unreal
Stunning.
though. Like it's only going to get better as well. I love that. Now, externally, so I reckon this is, remember before I was saying like, oh, those downlights like right up against the window in that secondary bedroom? I reckon those downlights are positioned to illuminate these 3 windows on the frontage.
Is that the stairwell?
I don't think so. I think that's the bedrooms in behind there, just because of the way the windows were set up. But externally, we've got the same render kind of polished finish outside here. I think this is a real success. Externally, like I love this. It looks like a flat form, but it's obviously got like a pitched roof.
I'm gonna go wild here with my comment.
Are you gonna put this up on the honor board?
This is my favorite project of 2022.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So far.
We're in August. We're pretty well in. But this is by far, I think this is the most successful project in terms of, I think back on, I've been going down memory lane and listening to all our old podcasts and listening to the old episodes with like the building blocks. And this is hitting every single building block that we talk about, every single rule. It's stunning. It clearly picked a mood board. It's stuck with a theme. It has holistic and continuous materials. It's clean. It's simple. It has strong ideas, and it's used continuously throughout. It's masculine yet feminine detailing. It's
soft.
It's beautiful. It's romantic yet minimalist. It's divine. It's stunning, shall I use the word?
I love this. I almost for a second had a panic attack because I'm looking at this final image, which is of the pool from the backyard.
Yeah.
And I honestly for a second thought it was a duplex because of the way that wall runs through, but that'd probably just be for pool safety or whatever. But this is unreal. This almost feels like a tale of two.
Yeah, that's why you were confused. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the driveway side, but I think it's almost split up into you've got a private half. I would love to see a floor plan for this. I'll see if I can dig one up. But it feels like it's either split into the private and the public, like down the middle of the house, or it's split into like the general use and then like the master suite side. And so I can imagine the master bedroom and ensuite on top.
Was it upstairs,
your private
though?
living room kind of. I think it was through that
what's the
that arch door, the master hallway. I think that's the entry into the master suite.
But it's upstairs is what I'm getting at. It's not courtyard. So what's on the court? Like what's on the ground floor?
So I think
on the other side.
On the other side is the one that we were seeing from the kitchen. I think on this side, this is that wine tasting area.
Oh.
Either that or it's flipped the other way where I think the master might almost have its own like courtyard. Like it's got its own portion of the residence and then the garage fits into that as well. So it's like...
I really want to see a floor plan.
This is it. I mean, this is just beautiful.
It's beautiful.
I mean, I'm just going to have a quick flick through and see if I can find anything. It's absolutely... We'll find it out. We'll find it out and we'll come back to you. Everybody, that is the episode for the week.
Stunning.
It's just a beautiful project.
Let's mark it. My favourite 2022.
So Workroom is the designers.
Yep.
Rockley Residence. Photos by Dave Kulza. I think that's Kulza or Kuzela. I don't know. I'm so sorry, Dave. We've featured Dave before, though. He's one of those kind of power photographers where he's done a fair few. You kind of just like leaning in and out.
I know. I'm like,
it's fine.
Yeah.
It's Dave.
I know. Dave.
Photos by Dave.
We'll tag
that. We'll tag the project team we can find as well.
Honestly. Favorite.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
I want to know who
for
the
this.
builder is.
Yeah. Well, listen, thank you so much for this. This was a great episode, a great way back.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as we remember to hit the outro and say toodaloo, I think we've righted the ship
good.
after forgetting to hit the introduction.
We did.
So, here we go.
All right. 3.
1, 2, 3.
Toodaloo. Yeah.
Got it.
Woo.
We've come to the end of another episode. If you have any questions, reach out to us on our Instagram @GrabTheTrace. Following, sharing, leaving a review or a rating is the best way to help the show. Our opening and closing music was created by Robert Hellberg. And whilst we try to help as much as possible, this podcast is of a general nature and won't be able to take into account your individual circumstance. If you need personalised advice, you should engage a relevant professional consultant to help make the best decisions for your situation. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.